a new state of play coming, and the games that could be there. And we'll also be taking one comment from last video to discuss in this video. Please remember, if you leave a comment in today's video, you could be featured in the next one. As always, if you can hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and share the video to help grow our community. Now let's talk about this state of play. Sony will stream its next state of play presentation later this month. It's being claimed, according to reliable gaming insider Nate the Hate, who frequently reveals information on the games industry ahead of official announcements. According to the user, PlayStation's next live stream is arriving in February. Asked by an ex-user for more exact timing info on the state of play, the insider dropped a strong hint that it would take place on the week commencing February 10th. So Nefarious Boy says, is the first state of play of the year still coming in February? Nate the Hate 2 says yes. Nefarious says, can you say if it's early, mid, or late February? Nate the Hate says, what does your heart tell you? Implying that it's supposed to come sometime in the week of Valentine's Day. And that would be the week of 9th to 15th if we're considering Sunday to Saturday of that week in the calendar year. So very interesting time frame there. I think it's pretty clear that he's hinting towards a Valentine's Day week. Now, it's important to note that last January, a state of play featured deep dives on Stellar Blade and Rise of the Ronin, plus looks at Death Stranding 2 and Silent Hill. In February 2023, a state of play focused on third-party titles such as Resident Evil 4, Street Fighter 6, and Suicide Squad. So it's not exactly abnormal for us to see state of plays in the month of late January or in February. So this is very much on point here. We also know that Sony is planning to publish Death Stranding 2 and Ghost of Yotei in 2025. We have not heard anything about Marvel's Wolverine or fairgames. So these are two games that we don't know about. And also we've got, obviously, Ghost of Yotei and Death Stranding 2. Some very big titles here. Like, I really think that we're in a place where we need to see more of Ghost of Yotei. We need to see more Death Stranding 2, or at least get some more concrete dates on these. Marvel's Wolverine really needs a showing again. I feel like this is a good opportunity for them to show the game. Fairgames, you know, with the live service problems that are going on across the board, I think if they're going to show their game, they better be ready for all the scrutiny, because I feel like right now people aren't keen on live service titles from PlayStation. And if you think about the reception of Fairgames' initial reveal, people aren't very happy about that, and they're not very much looking forward to that. So I think that that's another thing to keep in mind, that Fairgames may, you know, see a lot of pushback regardless of what they do. I think it's really a situation that people are kind of exhausted with the live service push and are looking more forward to the single player stuff. So I think if they're going to show something, maybe really they need to do Marvel's Wolverine, Ghost of Yotei, Death Stranding 2. And if they want to throw Fairgames in there at some point, that's great. But let's be honest, it's a state of play. They're not likely to show all four of these games in one go. I would be quite shocked if they did that. What I think is realistic is that we're going to get some third-party titles. We don't know how long it is yet or what the focus is. When they officially announce it, we'll know the focus. We'll know how long it is. And they kind of give us a little bit of hints here at what we can sort of expect there. I think Death Stranding 2 is due for a release date. I think Ghost of Yotei will probably get a dedicated state of play down the road, especially with all the cancellations. I just don't think that they have a showcase in them this year, but I could be wrong. I don't see us seeing Intergalactic again, not for some time. So really what we're hoping for is hopefully Wolverine, Ghost of Yotei, and Death Stranding 2. Fairgames, I take it or leave it. I don't know. I feel nothing towards that game at the moment, so I can't really speak on any excitement for that title in itself. So it's very interesting to see what PlayStation is going to do with their next move, especially since a lot of what's happened has been so public, and they want to make sure that they are still appeasing the fan base. Now, we know a lot of these Xbox games are coming over, and they're going to definitely fill a lot of these gaps, and they've definitely relieved PlayStation of any absence of first-party games, although we do have first-party games coming this year, but it really has taken a lot of pressure off of PlayStation, because there's just there's a lot of games to play this year, no doubt, especially with even GTA 6 in the question. So that is something that we'll have to keep in mind going into the state of play as far as what we could see and what to expect. Let's just temper our expectations, not expect the world, and then maybe we won't be so disappointed if they only show us one exciting title, which is an important note to make too. We can't expect them to show everything. I think if all of us can walk away with seeing one game that we like, then that's a win for most of us. We can't expect that every title here is going to be a hit for all of us, but I do think one title is reasonable to expect to pretty much appease you, at least in your interests. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. What are you hoping to see at the State of Play? What do you think could be shown here? But let's move on to the comment of the day, or comment of the video. Not sure what to title it just yet. As I said before, if you want to be featured in a video, leave a comment. If it's interesting, we will definitely discuss it in the next video. So Max Hutchinson 6425, a channel member as well. You guys can become channel members as well. If you want to support, you get early access to some videos. Link will be in the pinned comment and also in the description if you are interested. Starts at $1.99 a month. Anyway, Max says, Halo and Fable could legit become some of the most played PS5 games. If they come over, I'll happily throw my money at them if I don't have to buy a second console to do it. And it's quite interesting to come at it with this perspective. So I think Halo for sure will accumulate quite the fan base. I think that a lot of people are going to want to jump into that multiplayer. You got to remember, some people view this as like, oh, PlayStation fans have never played a Halo before. They've never played a Fable or a Gears, so they're going to be all brand new. A lot of us played on other platforms or have come over from the 360 to the PS4 and then gone to PS5. You have to remember that that is a possibility here for some people. So seeing Halo again, a lot of people are willing to jump back into Halo, or a lot of new people will get to experience Halo, and that will be a big game. I think Master Chief Collection specifically will be a pretty big title. I think it's going to have a lot of players, and I think it's going to sell a lot of units. I think there's a ton of excitement around that coming, and I think it will definitely reignite that multiplayer game. And I personally can't wait. As somebody who's already put tons of hours into Master Chief Collection on Xbox One, I'm very excited to see what will happen with it on PS5. As far as Fable goes, again, another game that I think if they can knock it out of the park with this new Fable, which again, Playground Games, a studio known to do racers, is now going to make a open world RPG. We'll see how it goes. I think graphically it looks cool. I have not seen any gameplay that has got me super excited, but I'm very interested as a Fable fan who has been around since the original entry. And I do think that, again, this is a title that could garner a lot of excitement and bring a lot of people in if the game is quality. So yes, Halo and Fable could legit become some people's most played games. Again, he says some of my most played PS5 games. He doesn't say that they'll be the most played PS5 games for everybody, just to be clear. As far as not having to buy a second console, there is an interesting point there too, that even those games couldn't get Max to go and buy a second console. And I think there are some people that are like that, where they just aren't moved by going out and buying a second console. They buy their preferred console and they just stick with it. Not to say that nobody will own multiple consoles, but that is something that does exist. So very interesting comment there. Thanks again, Max, for being a member and also for leaving a comment. Let me know what you guys think about Halo and Fable coming over. Are you guys interested in those games or any other Xbox games coming over? As always, if you guys enjoyed the video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and share the video to help grow our community. I thank you all for watching. Take care.